Hi friends, it's Mrs. Bassett. Are you ready? We're going to do order of operations today. So I'm trying a little bit of new technology, and so I'm going to record this, and then I'm going to go and get going on the whiteboard. So give me a second, and I will share my screen. Okay, here we go. So you can still kind of see me, okay? But yet I am writing, let's not be upside down. Okay, so order of operations is something that, we've done quite a bit throughout school. Okay, can everyone see me? There we go. All right. So order of operations. So I want to make sure that you can still see me and see the paper. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do kind of notes in some sort of fashion. So we're going to make it kind of interesting. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my highlighter. I'm going to go across this. I'm really into big ideas. So this is we're going to call this this is review section 1.1 or 1.2. Excuse me. Order of operations. Okay. And this area up here, I guess I should have made it a little bit larger. Okay. This is our area for our big idea. And I'm going to say it every time I do a big idea. I'm going to say it really, really loud. So this is the big idea with this. So do you remember the acronym for this? This is please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Okay, so let's review this. So P stands for parentheses. Okay, now parentheses could also mean brackets. So it can mean these, it can mean brackets, it can mean parentheses within brackets. But we're supposed to do that first. Okay, E stands for exponents. Okay, well, what are exponents? Exponents are powers. So to the third power, for example, that comes second. Okay, MD stands for not a medical doctor, but multiplication and division. Whichever comes first, left to right. And that is a major misconception. So I'm going to put a star here and I'm going to tell you, there we go. How about a little light on the subject? I'm going to tell you that this is multiplication, division, whichever one comes first, left to right. That's really important. So if division comes first, you do that first. If it's left to right, which direction? Left to right. Okay. And so AS is standing for addition and subtraction. Whichever comes first, left to right. Okay. Now, so think about these as rules, friends. Okay. So rules, things to live by. If we all follow the same rules, this means that we're all going to end up with the same answer. And so you have to have a set of rules. You might have saw some of these on Facebook. This is a lot of fun. Sometimes, again, I enjoy Facebook when I see really cool math problems. So you'll start to see some math problems on there in order of operations. And if people don't remember order of operations, what usually happens is they all get different answers. Okay, so take the rest of your paper if you would. Okay, I'm going to put my screen up a little bit. Okay, if you would, and we're going to divide this into 3, 4, 5, 6 different, okay? And really my goal for this year is to really give you like 6 different scenarios. But have a single page where you have all of your notes on here for the rules. So in here, we're going to start doing some of the problems. So are you ready? So here we go. We're going to do the first one. 20 minus 4 squared. So if you wanted to stop the video and not listen and go ahead and do this on your own, you certainly could. We're going to really work on moving down when we do these. So I want to talk about, first of all, I want to talk about kind of what's your first step that you should do. And you know what? I love using colors. So what is my first step? So let's see. Parentheses. Are there any parentheses? No, there's no parentheses. So how about exponents? Oh, yeah, there's an exponent right here. What does it mean to be 4 squared? Is that 4 times 2? No. Remember, 4 squared means there's 2 4s. So what's 4 times 4? Well, that's 16. So notice that I'm working my way down, okay? So I took care of my exponents. Now, do you have to write that off to the side? No, you don't have to write that off to the side. All right, so what am I left with? Addition, no, subtraction. Do I have anything else going on? I don't. So what is 20 minus 16? Well, that's easy. That's 4, okay? So with that being said, then that makes it a little bit easier. We know that everyone that does this problem is going to get the same answer, okay? All right, let's go over here. Let's try a little, let's kick it up a notch. So 1 plus 5 squared divided by 50. Okay, are you ready? All right, so on this one, let's see. Do I have any parentheses? No. All right, do I have exponents? Oh, we do. In fact, I have 5 squared. Well, what's 5 squared? Let's see. 5 times 5 is 25. All right, so watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to just write this like it actually replaces it. Okay, pretty easy. All right, now what do we got going on here? Addition, division. Well, what does my rule say? My rule says that multiplication, division comes first, whichever comes first, left to right. Not if addition or subtraction comes first, left to right. So multiplication, division, whichever comes first, left to right. Yikes. So I'm just looking at this piece, 25 divided by 50. 25 divided by 50. Well, that's weird. That looks something like this, doesn't it? Well, what's 25 divided by 50? Well, let's see. 25 goes into 25 ones, but I know that 2 quarters make 50 cents. Well, that's a half. Now, friends, something you might want to know about me. I love fractions. I know I'm crazy, right? But I do really like fractions. So you will see me write fractions. We also know, friends, that a half is also 0.5 in decimals. Do I care if it's a decimal or a fraction? For general work, no, but we'll talk about like on some of the standardized tests where one might be easier than the other. Of course, if we were making cookies, I'd be dealing with fractions. If I'm dealing with money, it'd be a decimal. Well, what is my last step? 1 plus a half. Well, that's 1 and a half, or if I wrote it as a decimal, 1.5. Okay, excellent. Let's try another one. 4 cubed divided by 8 plus 8. Everybody see okay? Okay, are you ready on this one? All right, so do I have exponents? I do. Oh, first of all, I forgot to ask, do we have parentheses? No. Okay, exponent. 4 cubed. Wow, 4 cubed. That means 4 times 4 times 4. Ooh, that's really big. Well, 4 times 4 is 16, and 16 times 4, doing it old school here, 4 carry the 2. Oh yeah, that's 64. So 64 divided by 8 plus 8. Excellent. All right, so next, multiplication, division, whichever comes first, left to right. Well, division is next. So what is 64 divided by 8? Well, 64 divided by 8, well, that's 8 plus 8. Notice how it's kind of coming down like a tree. And then what is 8 plus 8? Well, that's easy. That's 16. Super easy. All right. Let's try another one. Oops, I already did that one. Let's do this. All right. Whoa. I totally threw you off, didn't I? Wow, what do I do here? This is really weird. Huh. If you stop and think about this, and you think if you were to write it horizontally instead of vertically, we'd probably say, hey, you have the top and you have the bottom. So did you notice what I did with my hands, top and bottom? So in that case, I'm going to treat the top and bottom like they're parentheses. So here's what I'm going to do. So when you have and this is called a stacked fraction, okay, but that's really what a fraction is, it's stacked. So I'm gonna do what's on the top. So sometimes I like to cover things up so I don't think about them. So what's 10 plus 6? Well, that's easy. That's 16. All right. Anything else on the top? Good. All right, how about the bottom? Oh, 2 plus 4. Well, that's 6. And then do the division top to bottom. Well, in that case, I can reduce 16 over 6. You always should reduce if you can. Let's see, a common factor is 2 out of each of these. So 2 goes into 16, 8 times. 2 goes into 6, 3 times. So that's 8/3. I am super okay with you leaving 8/3. I don't mind top heavy fractions at all. It does not bother me. Okay. I want to do one more. Okay. But I want to kind of do it in kind of a weird way. Okay. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to write this down and I'm going to use some letters. Okay. So don't be alarmed. So a b cubed minus c okay. Yikes. What's going on there? So I'm going to tell you that a is 3. I'm going to tell you that b is 2. And I'm going to tell you that C is 5. Okay, are you ready? So what we say that this is called to evaluate. Okay, we're going to evaluate. So I want you to take these numbers and put them in for the letters. Okay, so are you ready? So instead of A, I'm going to put a 3. And I'm going to write it the exact same way. So I'm coming down this way. There's my arrow, okay? B cubed, 2 to the 3rd power, minus, now what's C? C is 5, okay? All over A, which was 3, B, which was 2, and C, that's 5, okay? You know what, let's switch that. Let's switch that to a 4, just because I can see we're going to have a problem, okay? So here we go. Order of operations. So it says, let's take the top and then let's take the bottom, okay? So here we go. Our order of operations. Let's start on the inside, okay? In fact, I might even come over into this box, okay? So don't be alarmed. All right, so notice we're starting in the parentheses. We have parentheses within parentheses. So we need to start with the exponent, don't we? So what is 2 cubed? Well, 2 cubed is 2 times another 2. Well, 2 times 2 is 4 times 2. So let me just write this down because that's a lot of 2's. So that, oh, that's 8. Okay. Notice, not going to do anything to the bottom. Okay. Next part, start with the parentheses at the top. 8 minus 4. Well, what's 8 minus 4? Well, 8 minus 4 is 4. Now, this is a really good point right here. Notice I use parentheses. There is nothing, what is going on here? There is nothing in between. What does that mean? It means multiplication, doesn't it, friends? Okay, well, that's easy. What's 3 times 4, friends? Well, that's 12 over 3 plus 2 minus 4. All right, we're almost done. What's the bottom? We got the top, has a single number. Now we're at the bottom, okay? Bottom says 3 plus 2 minus 4. Addition, subtraction, whichever comes first, left to right. So here we go. 3 plus 2, which is 5. Okay, so I have 12, 5 minus 4. And what is 5 minus 4? Well, that's easy. That's 1. And 12 divided by 1 is 12. Okay? So something that we just talked about is the evaluation piece at the very end. And evaluate means to plug into an expression. This is an expression, not an equation, because there's no equal sign here. So this is just plugging it into this equation. And then we talked about the stacked fraction, and we kept with our rules the entire time, friends. Okay? The entire time. So now it's your turn to give it a try on your homework. Okay? Have a great day. See you later, friends.